Samkele Maseko was listening in there. I've seen some of his tweets and I've retweeted some of them. Samkele, let's bring you in now. Well, the deed has been done. What we were reliably informed as ANC over the weekend that Herman Mashaba, since yesterday rather, that he'll be going now after Helen Zille was elected the chair of the Federal Council, Executive Council of the DA. He said now he's going. He's giving the DA a month, just over a month, to the 27th of November to allow them that process of identifying who among its existing councillors within the Joburg Council can be his successor.
Yes, indeed, Herman Mashaba has served his divorce papers with the Democratic Alliance here in the city of Johannesburg, effectively also resigning as a councillor and also leaving as a member of the Democratic Alliance, saying that the DA's caucus has been the most difficult coalition partner and working partner with the relationship they have with the economic freedom fighters, saying that the DA caucus wanted them to push a budget that was pro-urban white communities and anti-poor black communities, which Herman Mashaba said that the DA was opposing his pro-poor black budget in the city of Johannesburg, which said a lot about the trajectory of the Democratic Alliance, saying that that particular faction within the Democratic Alliance, represented by Helen Zille, which is pushing for this pro-white budget, is the one that has taken over the reins this past weekend in Federal Council, with Helen Zille using the Fed co-chair position, saying that he can't reconcile himself with working with that particular faction. What was rather interesting here, Braden, was Mmusi Maimane, the Democratic Alliance leader, standing side by side with Herman Mashaba, who has just spoken ill of the party that Mmusi Maimane leads. Helen Zille this morning speaking to Peter Ndoro, asking on Tony Ndoro rather, asking him to speak to Helen Zille. Helen Zille saying, Herman Mashaba, please speak to me. Seems like Herman Mashaba has been choosing rather to speak to DA leader Mmusi Maimane rather than the new Federal Council chairperson that would be Helen Zille.
Is it possible? I don't know if you've picked it up. Samkele, there from the speech. We were listening to it here. I've got Professor Ivo Sarakinski with me here in the studio, our analyst for this hour from the West School of Governance. One of the views is made is that when you're managing politics of coalition, I mean governance of coalition, a government of coalition, you have to ensure that your base constituency also buys into what you're doing, and it looks like Herman Mashaba might have alienated those staunch core DA supporters who are mostly in the suburbs.
Yes, indeed. It looks as if Herman Mashaba's mayorship did alienate those who are particularly within the urban areas of the Democratic Alliance, judging from the speech that he gave and judging from the position that was given by Herman Mashaba, saying that was the posture of the caucus of the Democratic Alliance. But I'm just going to bring in some reaction from the ANC in the city of Johannesburg, the regional secretary, Dada Morero, to speak about the resignation of Herman Mashaba. He says he's resigning, but effectively is giving a leeway of 30 days. Secretary, what is the position of your caucus here in the city of Johannesburg?
Hi, Samkele. Look, the ANC is not surprised, neither shocked by the decision to resign. We had expected it. We know that more than the DA's internal contradiction, it's also more about the financial position of the city, which the ANC still argues that he's actually running away because he knows that in the next few months the Treasury reports will demonstrate that the financial position of the city is almost near to collapse. So we have expected this. He has also whispered many a times to the leaders of our caucus that this thing of running local government is no child's play and he's not up to it, and he thinks that he should not even opted to accept being the mayor of Johannesburg.
Where to from here since his resignation? What are the discussions that are being held? We do know, as a fact, as ENCA, that the future of this city and the future of where the IFP will vote hinges on a municipality in the Abakulusi district in KwaZulu-Natal, which the provincial secretary Jacob Kawe was engaging in Dumiseni Ntuli of KZN on, the IFP asking the ANC to not grab that municipality. And in the last council sitting that was postponed in the vote of no confidence, that was postponed because we hadn't reached an an agreement with the IFP. Is there still that discussion ongoing?
The discussions with the IFP are fresh as of last night in Gauteng, and we will be engaging ourselves and the IFP in Gauteng and speak about issues that affect both of us in Johannesburg. We will not be entertaining issues that are outside of the province. That's a national competence. We have indicated to our national leadership. They've also indicated to our national leadership for a discussion. But for now, we'll only be focusing on what is happening in Johannesburg, not other provinces.
What is that discussion with the IFP? What are of some of the grievances that they are raising with you, and what are your issues with them?
Now, the contact that has been made for now is that we need to sit down and have a discussion, and we're having that meeting possibly on Wednesday.
Are you also meeting with the economic freedom fighters? Is that also on the cards?
We have not yet had discussions, and we will get guidance, of course, from our provincial leadership. That meeting is happening later this evening or tomorrow morning with our provincial leadership.
As the ANC, do you want a second bite at governance power in the city of Johannesburg?
We've got an interest in ensuring that the city of Johannesburg succeeds, and we believe that the party that has been in power in the coalition itself has actually run down the city, and we cannot fold our arms and sit in the periphery and think that things will just happen on their own. So we will, of course, contest power. We exist because we believe it's through the levers of state that we can transform societies.
Herman Mashaba says the DA wanted a pro-urban budget rather than a pro-peri-rural budget or peri-black community budget that he was pushing in the city of Johannesburg. Are you surprised by the posture of the caucus of the Democratic Alliance not to be pro this black budget that Herman Mashaba was pushing in the city of Johannesburg?
You see, when you have somebody who believes that politics are defined based on black or white, it's a problem. We as the ANC, we believe in a people's budget, a budget that addresses the needs of our people across colour line. So what he said, I don't know what it is. From an ideological point, it does demonstrate that it's Jimmy come late to politics, and that is why you have this situation in Johannesburg.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dada Morero, the regional secretary of the ANC in the Johannesburg region, reacting to the news of the resignation of the executive mayor of Johannesburg, Herman Mashaba.
Thank you very much, Samkele Maseko. They're getting some reaction on the ground there from the ANC. Obviously, they're going to be positioning themselves